much here and welcome back to my channel. To those that are new here, welcome to my channel and please kindly do subscribe. And to those that have been subscribed, thank you so much for staying, even though I am not the most consistent human being. But thank you so much for staying subscribed. Guys, I am not even going to take up much of your time. I'm just going to go ahead and make this pizza that I promised you guys. I did say I'm going to share the recipe. And if you want to execute the pizza the way I executed it, guys, you will have to follow all the instructions and follow them to the T. Do not do anything extra and do not do anything that is less than what I did here, especially when it comes to the quantities of the ingredients. Right. So I'm just going to say a few things with regards to the pizza base, right? Because that is what we're going to start with. I always make like a flat, like a thin base pizza. I do not like my pizza base looking like bread, and I do not like it tasting like bread. If anything, when I eat my pizza, I want to enjoy the flavors of my toppings more than the base. So we are going to start off with our pizza base. You will need 2.5 cups of flour. I'm using cake flour. Just add it to your bowl. And remember, before we even go any further, guys, gather all your ingredients. Make sure that you have everything you need to make this pizza so that you do not leave anything out. I'm going to add salt, just a pinch of salt. And then after my salt, I'm going to add 1 tablespoon of sugar, brown sugar. You can also use white sugar or caster sugar if you have. It's not really much of a big deal. Whatever sugar you have, you can use. A teaspoon of yeast. And then you're just gonna mix it. That I have all my dry ingredients in my bowl, I'm gonna add in my wet ingredients, which is oil. Not too much oil. So I'm using olive oil. You can use any oil that you have. And I'm gonna add in lukewarm water. And then mix with my hands. So the other thing with your pizza dough is that you don't want it to be very soft. So once your dough is like this, you're gonna transfer it to a surface. So I'm gonna first flour this surface before I transfer my dough so that I can knead it for like 7 to 10 minutes. So the one tip that I'm going to give to you guys is that before you knead your flour, can you see that my hands have flour? So in order for it to stop sticking on my hands, I'm going to go wash my hands and then apply a bit of oil on my hands. So whenever you knead flour, whether you're making rolls or steamed bread or whatever, make sure that you apply oil so that the flour does not stick on your hands. Just a little bit. It's too much. Here. And then apply it on both hands and also in between my fingers. Then I'm going to start kneading my dough. So the other thing is, the reason why I knead my dough is to activate the gluten, right? I am not going to cover it with any cloth and allow it to rise. I'm going to leave it as it is because I want a thin base pizza. But if you want a thick base pizza, then you can put it in a bowl, cover it with cling wrap and a cloth, and then put it in a warm area for like 1 hour and 30 minutes and then allow it to rise, right? So you're going to use a rolling pin. If you don't have a rolling pin, you can use a long bottle. If you don't have a long bottle, I'm not too sure if you can use a glass because the glass is small, but yeah. So you roll out your dough and try and make it like a round shape. And you don't necessarily have to make it like perfectly round, hey? Just as long as it's round and, I mean, rolled out and flat, but not too flat, okay? So now that my pizza base is rolled out, I'm just going to take my tray and then measure to see if this is round enough to fit on my tray. This is the pizza tray that I'll be using. I told you guys, I did mention on my Instagram that I got this from Tsp Chef. It was like $2.49. So yeah, you can get this, or I'm just going to take this and then transfer it to this. But before I transfer this here, I'm going to sprinkle a little bit of flour just so that it does not stick. I know it's a non-stick, but I've got trust issues, so I'm not going to risk it. Flour, my dough, and then put it like this on my pan, right? I'm going to cut it just so that it is equal, like it is equal and it fits well to this pizza tray. So I'll be using my pastry cutter. You can also use a knife, like a very sharp knife. Maybe a paring knife would be best to do this. And I pull it out. This is actually called docking, guys. So when you dock your pizza, you simply just do this to avoid air bubbles to develop while you are baking. As soon as you are done making your pizza dough, please preheat your oven to 190 degrees. So because the pizza that I'm making is Meaty, I am going to start off with our bacon. Just saute the bacon a little bit and then set it aside. So for the mince as well, add in a little bit of oil. Make sure that you break it into very small particles, guys. So we need to season our mince. I'm gonna use black pepper and then paprika and 7 colors real seasoning. So just quickly stir because you don't want your mince to be bland. And then because you don't want your mince to be dry and also just your overall toppings to be dry and also just to add more flavor, I am going to add my Worcestershire sauce. Okay, I hope I'm pronouncing it well, hey? And in your steakhouse sauce as well. Now I'm going to apply tomato paste on top of my base. The reason why I apply tomato paste on my base is because firstly you don't want your base to be dry with just the toppings. So I'm going to add my tomato paste. If you don't have tomato paste, you can use tomato sauce. So I'm gonna put this in the oven for like 4 minutes. The reason why I bake this first before putting any toppings, guys, please, this is very important, right? It's because we want our base to be cooked through. Like when you eat your pizza, this has to be cooked through. So if we just pour all the toppings on top of this and then put it directly in the oven, the cheese and everything is gonna melt and then this will not be cooked through. So cook this first for like 4 minutes in the oven at 190. Then I'm gonna start off with my cheese. So with the cheese, I'm going to mix my mozzarella with my cheddar. Yeah, this is for the first layer of cheese, right? I think if there's one thing that you guys probably notice is that I'm not stingy when it comes to my cheese, hey? So I'm just gonna mix this together and then sprinkle over my base. So another tip while you're making pizza, make sure that your toppings are evenly distributed on your base. You don't want everything just here in the middle. And then I'm gonna put in my onion. Make sure that your red onion is thinly sliced. So if you don't have red onion, you can use the normal brown onion. And then now I'm gonna go in with the mince. So you can see that everything is evenly distributed, and then I'm gonna add my bacon, my first layer of bacon. Come back with more cheese. So first I'm gonna start with the mozzarella. Don't be stingy, hey? Remember, we still have this, and just add a little bit of it. We're gonna top with more bacon. This is how it is looking so far. I hope you guys can see it well. And then I'm gonna sprinkle a bit of fresh basil, right? It must be finely chopped. You're just gonna sprinkle here on the top. If you don't have basil, guys, you can use parsley or coriander. Well, if you're making this for adults that don't mind spicy, you can add a bit of chili flakes. The reason why I'm adding chili flakes, not just because I love spicy things, but you see this reddish color of the flakes just adds that thing to your pizza. But if you're making for kids, please do leave this out. I'm just gonna put this in the oven until my cheese has fully melted. So it's most probably gonna take 5 to 6 minutes. So our pizza is done. I'm just gonna remove it from the oven and then show you guys the ta-da! This is how our pizza looks. Oh my god, like I never get over this. Like, feels like the first time I made it. It looks so good. Just gonna quickly cut it. It should give me 8 pieces. Your pizza is done, guys. You can garnish it with basil leaves, and then you can also serve it with evo. You can add some Tabasco sauce, whatever. I need you to just look at this. Ooh. Well, oh my god, look at the cheese. I think you're just gonna have to make it and fill it yourself, because I can't put to words how this pizza tastes. Like, oh my god, Anyways, guys, this is the pizza. That is how I made the pizza. I hope you guys are gonna try it out and then you let me know how it goes. If you feel like you don't eat beef or you don't want to make those toppings that I made, you can just make whatever topping you want. If you want pepperoni, if you want chicken, you can definitely do whatever. Just make sure that you master your pizza base because it is standard. I hope you guys enjoyed this video. I hope you guys learned a thing or two. Give it a thumbs up. Leave your comments below. If you want to suggest anything, you can in the comment section. If you still have anything that you kind of like unclear about, do send me a message either on Instagram or TikTok or wherever you follow me, and then I will be sure to answer you. Thank you so much, and please don't forget to subscribe and hit the notification bell so that when I post another video, you will be the first to know. I don't know when that will happen, but it should be soon. Hey, I'm working on it, guys. I am working on it. Alrighty, bye, and thank you so much for tuning in. I will see you guys next time.